Okay, Assalamualaikum class. So this is the second worksheet. Since the graphics weren't good, so I plan to make another video. So in this one, I'm going to fill the crossword with you. For that, in order to fill the crossword, we basically need to know what is going to come in these blanks. So for this is formed when an opaque object blocks light. So remember, whenever an opaque object is going to block light, so opaque basically is an object that does not allow the light to pass through. So opaque is basically an object which will not allow the light to pass through. So think of a wooden box, or think of a table. So we know that it is not going to allow the light to pass through. So since it blocks the light, so the lights get reflected, right? And so that's why a darker shadow is formed on the screen. So if you have a screen over here, and a darker shadow will form on this screen. So what is going to come over here? We're going to write opaque object. Okay. Now an object that lets all the light to pass through. So other than this opaque object, we also have a transparent object. So think of a glass, right? So we know that glass is a transparent object, and through this most of the light can pass. So over there, what's going to happen is that the light will be able to pass, and then since now because the light can pass, so there will be no dark area. So why do we have dark rooms? We have dark rooms when the light is not turned on, but once the light is reaching over here, then no dark shadow or the shadow is going to form, right? Now, so over here, what is going to come? It's basically going to be transparent. Now, these are the things that give us light. So remember we discussed that light sources or the luminous object basically gives us light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this. I'm going to look at word number 7 and see how many letters can come over there. So these are the things of 7. So 7 is this, right? And this is for, these are the things that give us light. So we are just going to write SOURC. Okay, SO. Source is not going to come. So LIGHT, light source. Then over here, so let's see what is going to come over here. Oh, sorry. If this is 7, what is going to come over here in the 6th number? So as per 6 says when the light bounces off, REF, REF, reflection, REF, LECT, reflects, right? So since L is coming over here, so LIGHT, so light is going to come over here, right? So we have to take into consideration how many so what's the limit of the letters that we can write, right? So we know LIGHT can fix in over here, luminous cannot fix in over here, so we are not going to use the word luminous for this, right? So in order to fill the crosswords, we have to be cautious about how many letters can be over there. So I'm going to write over here light. So light source is basically that object. Light always reflects at the same angle. So as per the law of reflection, you will figure it out that that the angle of reflection and the angle of incidence, they're equal. So you're going to write over here angle. Right? Now, an object that blocks all the light is called an opaque object. An object that lets some of the light to pass through is called a translucent, right? and when the light bounces off a surface, so they're asking about this column. So we are going to write, so this process is called reflection. So REF, LECT. So only reflect can come over here, but that's again right because it's basically fulfilling the purpose. So reflect. Okay, now over here, the higher the sun, the shorter the shadow. So fifth one is, where's fifth one? So the higher the sun, the shorter the shadow. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the fifth one. So let's just fill this up. This is from an opaque objects blocks light. So this is over here, we're going to write shadow. And then an object that lets all the light to pass through. Over here, we're going to write transparent. Right. Now let's just see. Now, an object close to a light source. So over here, I wanted to check the fifth one. The fifth one is fourth, fifth. This one is fifth one, right? So the fifth one is the higher the sun, the shorter. SHORTER. So shorter the shadow, right? And then the light bounces off a surface is called reflection. An object close to a light source will make a. Okay, so okay, now this is I'm going to explain this concept that an object close to a light source will make a dash shadow. So now you need to learn over here a concept that the distance between the light source and the object basically determines what is going to be a size of the shadow on the screen. So if this distance is smaller, the size of the shadow will be larger. And if this distance is large, then the size of the shadow will be small. So this relation is inversely proportional. For O levels and A levels, remember this term that inversely proportional means when something decreases, the other increases. So when you decrease this distance, the size of the shadow is going to increase. So an object close to a light source, when the distance between the object and light source is less, right, as close means that it is less, that means the size of the shadow will be larger. So let's see if the word larger can fix over here. So this is 8. So where's 8? Same angle. Okay, so if this one is 8, okay, so even if larger does not get fixed over here, please make sure it gets over there. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Right? Now, what we're going to do is, we're going to go to another question. So I'm going to clear all the drawings. I hope this is clear, right? I'm going to repeat it with you. So this is formed when an opaque object blocks light, shadow is formed, and then something that allows light to pass through is transparent. These are the things that give us light, and this is light, basically light source. Since over there it cannot fix, so but still remember, in anything that gives out light is either called luminous or a light source. Light always reflects at the same angle. Then an object that blocks all the light is called opaque. An object that lets some of the light to pass through is translucent. The higher the sun, the shorter the shadow. When the light bounces off an object, it basically means reflection is going on. And then an object close to a light source will make a larger shadow. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now, I'm going to clear all the drawings. Now coming on to this, these are the multiple choice questions. So for multiple choice questions, what is true about the shadows and images? Shadows are always black in color. That's true. We do not see red or yellow shadows. Shadows are formed because light travels in a straight line. I just told you that. So yes, of course. Images show the color of the objects, and that's true. You know, when we see the image of ourselves in the mirror, we do see the color of the clothes that we are wearing, right? So yes, images show the color. So the right answer is all of the above. When an object moves closer to a light source, its shadow, so that's something I explained you. So when the distance between the object and the light source decreases, the size of the shadow will increase. So B is the right option. When the sun is behind you, the shadow will be formed in front of you. Remember that the shadow is going to form opposite to that side. So if the sun is behind you, the shadow will be in front of you. If the sun is in front of you, the shadow will be behind you. Which object makes the darker shadow? So it's something that will block maximum amount of sunlight or maximum amount of light is going to form a darker shadow. Then shadow of an object gives us information about. It does not tell anything about the color because shadows are always dark. They're basically black in color. Shape of the object, yes, it does. So B is the right option. It does not tell us anything about the texture, whether the object is rough or smooth. It does not tell anything about the size because we just discussed that the size of the shadow will depend upon the distance between the light source and the object. But this A is basically something that, so transparent is something to which light can pass. Opaque is something which will block the light and create a shadow. Translucent is something to which light passes through, but some of it is also scattered. Absorbs is something that soaks up, and then emits is which gives out light. Okay, now I need to clear this as well. How does the light travel? So we know light travels in a straight line. What would, so I'm going to write this over here so it becomes easy. So light travels in a straight line, right? Light travels in a straight line. What would happen if I were to put a mirror in front of a light? So we know you're basically going to experience the process of reflection. Where would the light go? So the light will bounce off in a different direction. In a different direction, right? And usually opposite. Then what is it called when the light bounces off an object? Okay, so what will happen if light bounces off an object? So this phenomena is also called reflection. So reflection is going to come over here again. What would happen if I were to put a mirror? Okay, what is incident ray? So incident ray is the one that is basically, that comes from the light source. So light ray which falls on an object and comes from a light source. Then what are the angles of now what is the reflected ray? So reflected ray is which bounces off an object. So basically what happens is that light ray comes, right? It basically, so light ray falls on an object, and when it falls on an object, it is reflected, right? So this is the reflected ray, and this one is an incident ray. So what are the angle of incidence and angle of reflection? So class, what we do is that we first make a 90, so if, for example, if this is an object, let me just clear this line. So let's say this is an object, right? What is going to happen is that the light ray will be incident on this object. When it hits the object, then this light ray is going to get reflected. Now on this incident point, so incident point is the point on which light ray hits the object. We are going to draw a 90-degree line, or that is called a normal, right? So I'm going to make a 90-degree line over here. So a straight perpendicular line, or that is also called a normal. So it has two names, this red line. It's either called a normal or a perpendicular line. So this is a 90-degree perpendicular or normal line, right? So the angle that is between this incident ray and the normal is called the angle of incident, and the angle between this reflected ray and the normal is basically called the angle of reflection, right? I hope you do understand this. So this one is called the angle of reflection. So I'm going to call this the angle of reflection, and the other one is, this one is the angle of incidence. Now, okay, so now what are the angle of incidence, reflection? So now this is the angle of incidence and this is the angle of reflection. So you're going to measure it. How are you going to measure it? You're going to place your D over here. Okay. So I hope if I can show you that, I'll be showing you that over here. So let's just make this. So you're going to place your D like this, right? And then you will start measuring from here till here. Just like that, you will place your D over here on this incident ray, and then you will start measuring the value from here till here. So let's say if over here you see 20 degree, then this angle of reflection should also be 20 degree. Now, what is the difference between both types of pictures? So they're talking about a picture on the next page, in which picture angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Does reflection only happen on surfaces like mirror? We just discussed it, question number 10, that reflection takes place everywhere, whether the surface is dull or whether the surface is bright. So, or plain or smooth, okay? So over here, reflection will take place, and over here as well, reflection is going to take place. But over here there'll be a regular reflection, and over here there'll be a diffuse reflection. So now what's important over here to understand is that what is the difference between regular reflection and a diffuse reflection. So I told you that we are first going to make a normal, right? So when we make a normal, right, the normal for this, the normal for this, and the normal for this. Now we know, okay, now just make the normal for this as well. So, right, so just like that, we are going to make a normal for this as well. So we are going to make sure that there's a 90-degree angle over there. Now, what is going to happen is that now this is the incident angle and this is a reflected angle, right? So in case of regular reflection, the incident angle between all three, so these are the three rays, right? Ray number 1, ray number 2, ray number 3. So the incident angle for all these three rays is same, and the reflected angle for all three rays will be same. But over here, there'll be different incident angles and different reflected angles. So this is what you should know. Since you know, over here you can see that all of them are reflecting at the same place, right? And there's a systematic reflection taking place over here. But if you look at this, then some rays are reflecting over here, some are reflecting over there, some are reflecting over there. So they have different angle of reflection and different angle of incidence because the surface is very rough, right? Over here, all of them, if this has a 20-degree incident angle, this ray will have a 20-degree incident angle, this ray will have a 20-degree incident angle. But if this ray has a 20-degree incident angle, this can have a 50-degree incident angle, this can have a 10-degree incident angle, right? I hope this is clear. Now, in which picture angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection? But remember, now आपस में these rays can have different angle of incidence and different angle of reflection. But remember, class, that as per the law of reflection, the incident angle should be equal to the angle of reflection. So whatever the incident angle is going to be here should be equal to the reflected angle for this ray. Okay, so incident ray and reflected ray. So this reflected angle should be equal to this incident angle. Just like that, let's say if for example, okay, let's say, let's take this ray. So if this is going to be a normal, so this angle of incident should be equal to this angle of reflection. So angle of incident should be equal to angle of reflection. For this incident ray, this is the reflected ray, right? So this reflected angle should be equal to this incident angle. So yes, in which picture angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So whether it's a regular reflection or a diffuse reflection, the angle of incident will always be equal to angle of reflection. Okay. Now, this is the last one. Label the diagram below using the following term: reflected ray angle. So this one is a reflected ray. This one is a, this one is a reflected ray. This one is an incident ray. This is angle of incident. This is angle of reflection. This is the normal line. Measure the angle of, so you're going to measure it, okay, and then you're going to measure it. And then you're going to observe, as per the law of reflection, the angle of incident is equal to the angle of reflection. Please make sure that you check your answers. Class self, you need to self-check the work in order to understand the concepts better, right?